Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of Cloud Deep Dive. In today's video, we will talk about a new launch, Amazon VPC Network Access Analyzer. This feature helps you to identify any unintended network access to your resources on AWS. In Network Access Analyzer, you define your requirement, which is also known as the scope, to identify any potential network path that does not meet your specific requirement. So to give you an example that you have your database running on one of the VPC in one of the subnet, and you want to make sure that the subnet has an internet access, but that internet access has to go through a firewall you have running in your separate subnet. So, and if there is any other path from your database subnet to the internet, you want to identify that, you want to get alarm to that. So if there is any path, that means that is not meeting your requirement, because all the access or all the paths should go through your network firewall. So network access analyzer can help you to identify those paths if there is any path exist from your database subnet to the internet which is not going through your firewall subnet. So that's the one of the use case of network access analyzer. It can also help you to demonstrate your compliance, if you need to demonstrate that your network on AWS meets certain compliance requirement, it can help you to do that as well. So to learn network access analyzer, we will log into our console and we'll see that how you can create the scope and how you can get the findings. But before that, I just want to show you one requirement which I'll be using as a base or as a use case, you can say, and then we'll run the network access analyzer on this particular requirement and find is there any deviation from our requirements or not. So the requirement I have that I have VPC, which has the internet gateway, and have my database subnet running with a couple of instances. And I want to make sure that these instances can reach to the internet, but they has to go to the NAT gateway. There should not be any path directly from the database subnet instances to the internet gateway. So that's my requirement. Let's see how we can do that, or how we can analyze this requirement in our network access analyzer. Okay, so I have logged in into my AWS console, and for network access analyzer, I need to go to VPC. Under VPC, you will see network analysis. Under that, you will find network access analyzer. So I am in Mumbai region and I haven't used this network access analyzer in this region. So when you are using it the first time, you will see that there won't be any network scope. And when you click on the get started, it will create a network scope for you and it will analyze your network. So the way it works is, first you have to define your requirement, and requirement is nothing but the scope, network access scope. So the scope is basically having all your requirement, what you want to analyze, and then network access analyzer will run the analysis and it will find you the findings. So in our use case, we have a requirement that my subnet, database subnet, should have access to the internet, but it should be via NAT gateway. If it is anything other than the NAT gateway, then I don't want to do that, and I want to identify those paths. So the moment I click on the get started, it will create by default 4 scopes for me, which has some default values. So I'll do one thing. I have already created this scope for my North Virginia region. So I'll go to that region and I'll show you what those scopes are. So AWS by default create these 4 network access scope, which is basically saying that identify or find out the path from VPC to the internet gateway, or from internet gateway back to your VPC. If you want to use these, you can use this access scope as well if it's matching your requirement, or you can create your own network access scope as well. So we'll create one for this demo, and when you try to create it, you will get some templates. So there's different template based on your use case, your requirement. You can choose one, or you can start from empty as well. I'm gonna choose the identify access to internet gateway. Let's give a name, and in this you will have 2 conditions. One is match finding and another one is exclusion conditions, which is the option. So match finding is basically, here you will specify from what source to what destination you want to find out the paths. So in our case, we want to find out from my subnets, and you can specify multiple as well. which is my private DB subnet. So here I have a DB instance running. I want to find out that do I have any path from this subnet, any instance running in the subnet to the destination where internet gateway. So do I have any path going from this private subnet to the internet gateway? And if you want, you can specify the traffic type as well, that if you have any source or destination IP, particular IP address you want to track it down, you can do that as well, including the ports. I don't have, so I'll just keep it that. And if you have more conditions, you can add multiple conditions as well. So network access analyzer, when it analyze or when it run this scope, it will try to find out if any of the match finding condition is matched. It will add it to the finding and it will show as a result. Now next is the exclusion condition. Exclusion condition, here you can specify that from this source to this destination, if you find any path which is going through a particular resource type, then I don't want to list it, because I trust that particular path and that's part of my requirement, so I don't need to specify it as a listed or output. So in this case, like I can say that going from my subnet to internet gateway via NAT gateway, I don't want to list it if I want to do it. So I'm not adding any exclusion finding right now, but if you have any, you can do that as well. So we can click on next, and here you can see that you will have the match condition saying that from my subnet to my resource type, which is internet gateway, if I have any finding, then you have to list it. And if you want to put an exclusion path, you can do that as well in your exclusion. So once you can click on the create network access scope. So I've already created the same scope with the same what I've just shown you, and this is the demo db2 AGW. And if I show you in my network access scope definition, you can see from my subnet to my internet gateway, I want to analyze this path and I don't have anything in my exclude paths. So I ran a couple of analysis on this in the past, and when I ran it, so you can see that finding, because it takes a couple of minutes to run it, so just to save time I already ran it and wanted to show you. This is the analysis I just ran couple of minutes back. You can see that there's a source ENI, this is the ENI address of my EC2 instance, and this is the internet gateway. It's showing you that, let me show you like this, that ENI to a security group to NACL to route table, and then it's going directly to the internet gateway. But our requirement was that it should go through the NAT gateway. So that's why it's showing you that, hey, it's not going through NAT gateway, it's going through your route table and then directly to the internet gateway. And if you want to click, you can click on this and you will find out what all settings you have in this. So mostly that in the route table, there should be route which says that, hey, go to the NAT gateway instead of going to the IGW. So let's see. So right now you can see that route table has a route saying that anything going to the internet should go to the internet gateway, and that's the problem. That's why it's going to the internet gateway instead of going to the NAT gateway. So let's go and fix that. Let's go to the route table, and this is the route table which I have associated with the subnet, and we can edit the route and we'll say NAT gateway and save changes, and we'll run that analysis one more time. And we can say analyze. So analysis started, it will take a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I can show you that if you ran the analysis in the past, you can see the history here. You can select the particular analysis and you can see that what findings we found during that time. If you want to change this particular scope definition, so you cannot edit this one, but what you can do, you can duplicate it and then modify it, and after that you can add or remove or whatever changes you want to do, you can do that. Or if you want to delete it, you can delete this as well, but before deleting the network access scope, you have to delete all the analysis which your past analysis. So let me pause the video to make sure that analysis completes, because it can take several minutes and I just don't want to keep you on hold on that. Okay, so analysis is complete and you can see that it found it it's showing that findings detected. And this time if we select a particular finding and we'll go to detailed view, you can see that after route table, this time is going to my different subnet, which is my NAT subnet, which has the ACL network access control list, then the ENI, then the NAT, ENI and ACL, the outbound, and then the route table, and then it's going to the internet gateway. So this finding tells that hey, there is a path from your ENI to the internet gateway, but it's going through the NAT gateway. So if you just want to avoid these findings, you can add it to the exclusion path, but I just wanted to show you. So if you add that any traffic going from your subnet to the internet gateway via NAT, just exclude it, so it won't list you any finding. It will say that no findings detected. Another thing, you can filter finding by the category as well. So suppose you want to you have hundreds of finding here, and you want to see that hey, can you show me that any finding with an ad gateway or any finding with a security group. So you can limit or you can segregate these finding by using that particular resource type as well. So that's all about a network access scope or network access analyzer. Hope you like this video and learned something new today. Please do like and share the video with your friends, and please do subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading more videos on new AWS services. So till then, thank you so much and thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.